This book is actually part 2 of my 4 seasons rom-com series, and the first book was inspired by my late boyfriend who passed away, and he used to hear all my wild stories and adventures when I was working and traveling around the world as a restaurant publicist. And he said, "You should put this into a book. This is so amusing." And at first I thought, well, I don't want to get too personal in a novel, so I explored other topics. But then eventually I realized he was right, and I wanted to write what I know. And as a restaurant publicist for over 10 years, I had so many experiences and fun interactions around the world that I put it into a romantic comedy novel. And then this book now, 4 Seasons at Cutler's, it's the expansion of the original book. However, you don't have to read the original book to understand this book and enjoy it. Yes, absolutely. So the world I've created is basically a satire of the restaurant industry, and specifically as it pertains to New York City and also around the world, because this again involves opening restaurants around the world. And what I've done is created a protagonist who represents so many single women who are in the workforce, but they're still looking for love, and they want to find that special somebody, or maybe they think they found that special somebody and they want to bring the relationship into the next level. And I think what readers will find intriguing is that this book takes place in just a year. However, it covers 20 different cities. So everybody will have a city or a place that they can relate to. We have exotic places like Dubai or Sirmione in Italy, as well as places like Boston, New York City where it's based, Beverly Hills where we are now, and Newport Beach, Philadelphia, Chicago, Miami, Houston. And I think with so many cities involved, there will always be that aha moment at some point for a reader where they're like, oh right, I remember when I was in Florence and I went to see the famous painting. And everybody will be able to relate at some point to a specific location in this book. Yes, there are 3 main characters in 4 Seasons at Cutler's. We have our protagonist, Charlotte McPherson. She's a restaurant publicist in her late 30s. And then we have the man that she's madly in love with, her boyfriend, Wyatt Ashcroft, who is an elusive movie producer trying to save the world. And finally, we have Travis Cutler, who is her new boss, and he's from Texas. He's definitely trying to run the family business and be a great guy, but he can't help but get attracted to Charlotte in the meantime. Well, the first page will draw readers into the drama that we see unfold throughout the book, but specifically the Toronto chapter is where we see Charlotte use her powers of persuasion to get what she is really after and what she truly wants. This story is very fast-paced. It is 1 year, 2 guys, 20 cities, and you have to read it to find out what happens.